Well, hello, friends. My name is Diana. Welcome to my art channel, Diana Apocalypse Art. I appreciate you joining me today. So, I thought to get this channel started, I wanted to draw something that kind of just speaks to who I am as an artist and also what has always inspired me. And the thing that got me into drawing like hardcore, I always doodled and stuff when I was a kid, but Sailor Moon is what got me into drawing like a lot. Sailor Moon OCs are like my entire middle school and high school drawing experience. So I wanted to draw Sailor Moon because I love her. I have always loved drawing her, and I thought it would be a fun way to kick off the channel. So here I'm actually doing the sketch digitally because I don't currently have a good setup to record my sketching in the real world, but we're gonna get into the coloring on real paper. The reason I do this is because if I'm doing the sketch digitally, I can adjust it more easily, and also I don't have to have the sketch laid flat on my desk at an angle that's good to record with, so I don't skew the drawing. I'm not explaining it very well, but anyway, trust me, I tried it the other way, and it came out bad. So here I'm just lining it in like a light brown color, and we're actually going to end up covering up most of these lines in my coloring process, because I have kind of a weird process, but you can see here I'm preparing, and yeah, so I printed it out and it did get a little janky, and I actually turned down the opacity a little bit more because I like to color in a fairly lineless style. It's not 100% lineless, and you'll see what I mean by that. But, you know, lay down my shadow layers first, so I use purples for that, generally speaking, and then I go over with my flesh tones and my other tones. I like shading with purple. It just kind of gives it a really soft magical girl look. I generally shade with purple on any skin tones I do. Hair tones, not so much. I usually stick to like beiges and stuff and browns. So here I'm trying to fix the moon that printed out really bad. And I think by the end I have got it. So here I'm starting to lay in the reds. I'm doing more of a pinkish red because I wanted to keep the palette a little softer, a little bit more, again, magical girl. And you know, I like playing with colors. So most of the markers I'm using this are Copics. I also believe a couple Prismacolors might make their way in here. And if anyone's curious what colors exactly I'm using, I can put them in the comments or description. Oh hey, there's my arm. Yeah, this is my first time recording, so here I'm actually going in with Prismacolor pencils. So like I said, the style isn't entirely lineless. I tend to go in and do my lines or thicken up the edges with Prismacolor pencils, and do my lines more as values than as straight up lines. There's a balance between it. Like I'm obviously with the hair here, I'm doing just kind of lines, but it depends on what I'm doing or, you know, my mood that day. Sometimes I really like lines, sometimes I don't. I kind of wish I had left or done more lines on the face, or, you know, just done the face a little bit better. I liked her expression better in the sketch, but, you know, such is life. So yeah, here I'm just doing more details. Generally I use my Prismacolor Sepia to do my lines on almost every color except, you know, my blues and purples, and I really love that pencil. I abuse it. I go through a lot of Prismacolor sepias and indigos specifically. I tend to use sepia for my warm tones and indigo for my cool tones. And here I was experimenting. I kind of wanted to do something with the moon, but I didn't know what. So I went in first with a Color Ace pencil. It's an erasable colored pencil from Prismacolor. Crayola also makes them, and I have those too. And then I just kind of started doodling designs. I got, you know, impatient and just went for it. So I also have been getting into watercolors recently, and I'm not very good with them yet, so I just wanted to do like a light wash on the background. I thought it would look cute in like a galaxy maybe. And this is just a cheap little set that you can get on Amazon for like $10. I have nicer watercolors, but this paper is not made for watercolor, so I didn't want to like waste paint on a paper that wasn't going to take it well, and maybe sometime I'll make more like a full watercolor video, but... And here I'm just going in with my gel pens and adding white outline because it makes everything pop, and I'm basic, and that's just the way I do. Not basic. I'm not saying you're basic if you do this. I think it's a great way to like make your illustrations pop and make things look cleaner, especially when you're doing like I do and your style is kind of lineless. Because I like line art, but I don't want to be dependent on it. So I prefer to do my colored pencils, but then sometimes the edges get a little bit muddy, so the white pen helps. I guess it's kind of a form of line art, but anyway, here's the finished piece. I'm very proud of how it came out, and I'd like to do a whole series of Sailor Scouts, Sailor Senshi, Sailor Soldiers, whatever you want to call them at some point. But yeah, thanks for coming to my art channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be making more videos soon.